Here at Team Horizon, with over a decade and counting of combined robotics experience, we've been working hard creating unique designs that also wreak havoc in the arena. After all these years of winning, losing, and burning electronics, we finally feel up to the challenge to take on the competition.
Hello, my name is Joshua. I've been making random things for as long as I can remember. These lightweight indoor models are what really got me into engineering. 2 years ago, I assembled my first combat robot in the car on the way to the competition, and I've been building them ever since. As the conceptualizer behind this design, I'm very excited for this upscaling, what I believe to be a very captivating concept. Win or lose, so what? There will be sparks and science either way. Combat robots are pretty scary. This weapon, used on the 1-pounders, is already capable of storing the same energy as a .22 bullet. But how often does that fear factor really leave the paper? You can store all the energy you want, but the energy transfer of a spinning weapon is fundamentally limited by the quality of contact it can make with the opponent. Not only does this decrease as you spin the weapon faster, but it also depends on a lot of things that you can't control, such as the size, shape, speed, material of the opponent robot. What spinners need is a way to consistently make good contact with the opponent robot. Horizontals can manage this by swinging their weapons around. So what if they could do this constantly while still being able to move around? Introducing Horizon, the latest of our combat robot designs. Horizon is armed with a continuous horizontal hammer saw, which allows weaponry to circle the robot frame at well over twice the speed of your typical heavyweight. This means that the weapon actually slams into the opponent, greatly improving energy transfer and allowing us to spin closer to top speed without worrying about bite. You can even reach around to the sides of the opponents with some positioning practice. What Horizon lacks in spinning mass, it more than makes up for in efficiency, because in 1/2 mv squared, it's the exponents that do all the work.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and I've been in the combat robotics hobby for almost 4 years, competing in small local events to even bigger ones such as RoboGames. For Horizon, I'll be focusing on designing, manufacturing, and driving the robot. I have experience in designing, building, and driving a vast variety of combat robots, from verticals, to horizontals, and even control bots. You name it, I've most likely built and driven one. Despite designing and building some of the most illogical robots out there, they were surprisingly successful in the long run. In relation to some Battlebots teams, I'm the one that designed and prototyped the 16-foot wide mini-bots that fought alongside Kronos as Timeline and Valkyrie as, Fly Swatter.
I'm Dylan. Most of my experience is in 3D modeling and 3D printing. I run a 3D print farm and I will be working on the designing and prototyping of Horizon. I am currently focusing on building a full-scale 3D printed version of Horizon to use as a test bench for electronics and design. This will help us refine and have a polished robot by the time of its debut.
Hey, I'm Connor. I've been programming and working with electronics since around elementary school, and I've tumbled through all sorts of robotics, from homemade quadcopters to FIRST robotics, and I've expanded into design and manufacturing as well along the way. Recently I stumbled into combat robotics with plastic ants, and after my first match of crab walking into the pit after my motor burnt out, I was hooked, and I went almost undefeated with my most recent bot. Lost the final match, but I'm still going strong and really into it.
Here in the SoCal robot combat scene, we've been fighting against each other in the smaller weight classes for over 2 years now. With all the events canceled due to coronavirus, we started talking online one night and decided that this was a good idea. From the first concept sketch made in the back of class to the current heavyweight CAD, we've come a long way and we won't stop now.